first round of the 2025 NFL Draft is officially in the books, and the Philadelphia Eagles made a move that has everyone talking. As expected, the front office showed their aggressive yet calculated approach by trading up, not drastically, but just enough to secure their guy. With the 31st overall pick, the Eagles selected Jed Campbell, a standout linebacker from the University of Alabama. This wasn't just a pick, it was a statement. The Eagles have built a reputation for identifying talent and making the necessary moves to get them, even if it means giving up some draft capital. There was speculation leading up to the draft that they might try to jump into the early 20s to ensure they landed Campbell, reminiscent of last year's strategy when they targeted a cornerback from a major program. Back then, they didn't have to move at all. He fell right into their lap at 22. This time, though, they weren't taking any chances. What's fascinating is how the rest of the league reacts to Philadelphia's draft maneuvers. After winning 2 Super Bowls since 2017, the Eagles have earned respect and a target on their backs. Other franchises know how sharp their scouting department is, and when they start making calls to move up, teams get wary. But this year, the Eagles didn't need a blockbuster trade. Instead, they made a minor adjustment, swapping picks to climb just one spot. Some might call it overkill, but when you're as precise as this front office, every detail matters. Now let's talk about Jed Campbell. This kid isn't just a linebacker, he's a weapon. At 6'2" and 235 pounds, he moves like someone much smaller. His combine numbers were eye-opening. A 4.52 40-yard dash, a wingspan just shy of 7 feet, and explosive agility drills that put him near the top of his class. But what really stands out is his versatility. He can blitz, he can drop into coverage, and he's a sure tackler in open space. At Alabama, he was the heartbeat of that defense, constantly around the ball and making plays when it mattered most. There's a reason the Eagles were willing to move up for him. Linebacker was a need, yes, but Campbell isn't just a fill-in, he's a potential cornerstone. Scouts had him graded as a top 15 talent in this draft, and the fact that he was still there at 31 is a testament to how unpredictable the draft can be. Some teams may have been scared off by a minor labrum injury in his medical history, but Philadelphia clearly did their homework. This is an organization with a track record of developing linebackers, and Campbell's raw tools are too good to pass up. His ability to diagnose plays, shed blocks, and close gaps in a flash makes him a perfect fit for the Eagles' defensive scheme. He's not just a run stopper either. His burst off the edge and knack for pressuring the quarterback add another dimension to his game. And let's not forget his work in coverage. In today's NFL, linebackers have to be able to run with tight ends and backs in the passing game, and Campbell's fluidity in space gives him an immediate advantage. Of course, no pick comes without questions. Some will argue that the Eagles could have stayed put and still landed a solid linebacker, or that they should have addressed another position entirely. But when you watch Campbell's tape, it's hard not to get excited. This is a player who thrives in big moments, who plays with a relentless motor, and who has the athleticism to match up with the league's evolving offenses. The Eagles didn't just draft a linebacker, they drafted a chess piece. A player who can line up in multiple spots, disrupt offenses, and grow into a leader on that defense. And the best part? They didn't have to sell the farm to get him. A small move up the board, a calculated risk, and now they've added another dynamic piece to a roster that's already stacked. As for what's next, the Eagles still have plenty of draft capital to work with, including multiple picks on day 2 and day 3. But for now, the focus is on Campbell, right? A player who could very well be the steal of the first round. The draft is all about value, and Philadelphia just might have found theirs. When the Eagles traded up one spot to secure Jed Campbell, it wasn't just about filling a need, it was about securing a player who perfectly fits their defensive identity. Philadelphia's front office has a knack for finding guys who play with an edge, and Campbell is exactly that. His tape at Alabama shows a defender who doesn't just make tackles, he hunts. Whether it's shooting gaps to blow up, a run play, or tracking down a scrambling quarterback, his instincts jump off the screen. And in a league where linebackers are increasingly asked to do everything, Campbell's skill set is a goldmine for defensive coordinator Vic Fangio's scheme. One of the most underrated aspects of this pick is how seamlessly Campbell transitions. from college to the pros. The SEC is the closest thing to NFL football at the collegiate level, and Campbell didn't just survive in that environment, he dominated. His performance against top-tier offenses like Georgia and LSU showcased his ability to read plays before they develop, a trait that should translate immediately. The Eagles don't just want athletes, they want football players with high IQs, and Campbell checks both boxes. Then there's the fit. Philadelphia's defense has been at its best when it has a versatile, playmaking linebacker who can clean up mistakes and set the tone. Think about the impact players like Jeremiah Trotter and Jordan Hicks had in their primes. Campbell has the potential to be that kind of presence. His combination of size, speed, and physicality allows him to match up against tight ends in coverage while still being a force against the run. And in today's NFL, where offenses are constantly looking for mismatches, having a linebacker who can hold his own in space is invaluable. But let's talk about the pass rush, because that's where Campbell might surprise people. He's not a traditional edge rusher, but his burst and hand usage make him a nightmare on delayed blitzes. At Alabama, he consistently found ways to disrupt pockets, whether it was with a well-timed A-gap blitz or chasing down quarterbacks from the backside. The Eagles love creative pressure packages, and Campbell gives them another weapon to deploy. Imagine him looping inside while Haason Reddick crashes off the edge. That's the kind of chaos this defense can create. Of course, no rookie is a finished product. Campbell will need to refine his technique in coverage and learn to navigate NFL-level blocking schemes. But here's the thing. The Eagles don't need him to be perfect right away. They have a strong enough roster to bring him along gradually, letting him learn behind veterans while contributing in specific packages. And given his work ethic, something Alabama coaches raved about, there's little doubt he'll put in the work to maximize his potential. The bigger picture here is how this pick reflects the Eagles' draft philosophy. They don't chase trends. They target players who fit what they want to do. Campbell isn't just a linebacker. He's a culture fit. His toughness, football IQ, and versatility align perfectly with what this organization values. And when you combine that with the coaching staff's ability to develop talent, it's easy to see why Philadelphia was willing to make the move. Looking ahead, the Eagles still have plenty of opportunities to add depth in the later rounds. But with Campbell in the fold, they've already addressed one of their biggest needs with a player who could outplay his draft slot. That's the beauty of Howie Roseman's approach. He finds value where others don't. And if Campbell lives up to the hype, this could go down as one of the savviest picks of the entire draft. The rest of the league should take notice. The Eagles didn't just get a good player. They got their guy. And if history is any indication, that usually works out pretty well for them. What makes this draft pick so fascinating isn't just Campbell's individual talent. It's how his presence could unlock new dimensions for Philadelphia's entire defensive unit. The Eagles have been searching for that prototype modern linebacker who can erase some of the schematic limitations that plagued them last season. With Campbell in the mix, defensive coordinator Vic Fangio now has a chess piece that allows him to get creative with coverages and pressure packages in ways we haven't seen from this defense in years. Let's break down the tangible impact. Last season, the Eagles linebackers often looked a step slow in coverage, particularly against elite tight ends and running backs in the passing game. Campbell changes that math immediately. His 4.52 speed and fluid hips give him rare coverage, ability for his size, allowing Fangio to stay in base defenses longer without sacrificing matchup advantages. No more automatically subbing into nickel every time an opponent brings out 11 personnel. Campbell's range means he can carry vertical routes up the seam while still being a force against the run. That flexibility is worth its weight in gold against NFC East offenses loaded with dynamic pass catchers. The run defense stands to benefit just as dramatically. Watch Campbell's Alabama tape and you'll see a defender who processes blocking schemes like a veteran. He doesn't just rely on athleticism, his ability to sift through trash at the line, keep his shoulders square, and explode into ball. Carriers should immediately upgrade a unit that ranked just 17th in yards per carry allowed last season. His tackling radius is absurd for a linebacker, thanks to those vine-like arms that measure just under 33 inches at the combine. Even when he's not making the initial hit, his length allows him to drag down ball carriers from angles that would escape most linebackers, Perhaps most intriguing is how Campbell's arrival impacts the Eagles' existing defensive stars. Hassan Reddick and Josh Sweat should see cleaner pass rush lanes with a linebacker who commands respect as a blitzer. Darius Slay and James Bradbury can play more aggressively knowing they've got an eraser behind them in the intermediate zones. Even Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter should benefit. Campbell's quick trigger against the run means those massive defensive tackles can focus on eating double teams rather than worrying about scraping down the line. This is the domino effect of adding a complete three-down linebacker to a defense that's been missing that exact component. The development timeline will be worth monitoring. While Campbell has all the tools to contribute immediately, the Eagles' history with rookie linebackers suggests they'll bring him along deliberately. Remember Nakobe Dean's gradual integration in 2022? Expect a similar approach here, with Campbell likely starting in sub-packages and obvious passing situations before potentially taking over a full-time role by mid-season. The good news, his Alabama pedigree means he's already well-versed in complex defensive concepts. Nick Saban's system is about as close to an NFL playbook as it gets at the college level. Long-term, this pick could signal a philosophical shift in how to feel. Eagles value the linebacker position. For years, they've prioritized the trenches and secondary, often treating off-ball linebackers as interchangeable parts. But in drafting Campbell, a true first-round talent at the position, they're acknowledging that today's NFL demands difference makers at every level of the defense. It's not just about stopping the run anymore. You need linebackers who can match up with Travis Kelce in the playoffs or spy Jalen Hurts twice a year. Campbell gives them that and more. As rookie minicamp approaches, all eyes will be on how quickly the Alabama product acclimates to the NFL speed. But if his college tape and athletic profile are any indication, the Eagles may have just landed the final piece for a defense that's poised to return to elite status. In a division where every game could come down to one critical defensive stop, having a linebacker who can do it all might prove to be the difference between a good season and a special one. The draft is ultimately about value, and by securing Campbell without mortgaging their future, the Eagles have positioned themselves beautifully for both the present and years to come. Now we wait to see how quickly this talented rookie can turn potential into production. Because if he hits, Philadelphia's defense just got a whole lot scarier. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy, share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Baker Mayfield's arrival at the Philadelphia Eagles has caused quite a stir, with fans buzzing with excitement about what this move could mean for the team's future. After a roller coaster career so far, including a promising start in Cleveland, followed by a less than ideal stint with the Carolina Panthers and the Los Angeles Rams, Mayfield's landing in Philadelphia has many wondering if this is the fresh start he's been craving. The Eagles, known for their electric offense and strong leadership, have been on a constant search for a reliable quarterback to back up Jalen Hurts, and Mayfield could be the perfect fit for this role. While Hurts is undeniably the cornerstone of the Eagles' attack, having a seasoned veteran like Mayfield in the locker room provides a safety net, especially with the NFL's brutal nature of injuries. Mayfield's talent has never been in question, as he demonstrated in his rookie season with the Cleveland Browns, breaking rookie records and leading the team to the playoffs. However, the subsequent seasons were marked by inconsistency and struggles with turnovers, a critical aspect in the NFL. His move to the Panthers and Rams didn't yield the resurgence many had hoped for, but it provided him with valuable learning experiences, especially in adapting to different systems. Now, as he joins the Eagles, the expectations are high. Head coach Nick Sirianni, who has cultivated a dynamic offensive strategy in Philadelphia, will likely find ways to maximize Mayfield's strengths. Mayfield's ability to throw the deep ball and make quick decisions could complement the Eagles' already potent offense, and his competitive nature could be a great addition to the locker room environment. For the Eagles fan base, this move feels like a significant step forward, particularly with the looming uncertainty of the backup quarterback position in previous seasons. Should Hurts need a rest or face injury issues, Mayfield's presence could give the Eagles the confidence they need to continue competing at the highest level. Moreover, the city of Philadelphia has a long history of embracing its athletes, and it's likely that Mayfield's arrival will be met with open arms if he performs up to expectations. In conclusion, while Mayfield's arrival at the Eagles might not be the headline-grabbing acquisition of the offseason, it certainly has the potential to make a significant impact. With the right mindset and the right system in place, Mayfield could once again find success and, in doing so, help the Eagles secure their place among the NFL's elite teams for years to come. The excitement around his arrival in Philadelphia is palpable, and only time will tell if this is the fresh start he and the Eagles need. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.